Hi everyone, welcome to Writer's Corner. My name is Rudrani, and once again I'd like to share another one of my short stories with you all. It's called Halloween, and it was one of the weekly topics for my writers group, written for Halloween. I hope you like it. So here we go. Halloween. Jenny got the sweets ready for the trick-or-treaters. They had a lot of them last year, and she was sure this year would be the same. Her husband Chris had just taken their two boys trick-or-treating. They were so excited about Halloween, including Chris, who was equally excited, if not more. He had grown up in a strict Roman Catholic household where Halloween was frowned upon and not much encouraged. Hence, he seemed to compensate for it now. Both the boys dressed up as skeletons, and Chris dressed up as Dracula, only he looked more like Dracula's overweight cousin who had eaten all the pumpkin pies. Jenny did not mind Halloween, but was not keen on going trick-or-treating, traipsing around in the cold, in the dark, knocking on strangers' doors. She left that parental duty to Chris. But by request from her children, she dressed up as a witch. She thought of Chris in his Dracula costume and chuckled at the image. Jenny remembered the Dracula she had once met, with whom she had a bite or two. It was at a friend's Halloween party back in 2005. She and Chris, who were newlyweds then, were invited to spend Halloween with a close circle of friends. They arrived with her dressed as a vampire and Chris as a pumpkin. A few of his friends were either pumpkins or clowns. They seemed more like comedic pantomime characters rather than serious Halloween ones. It was a children's party for adults, with everyone in fancy dress, loud music, disco lights, dancing, and surplus food and drink. It kept everyone entertained and in high spirits in every sense of the word. They even sat and told ghost stories, and some played trick-or-treat on one another. Luca was the best at both of these. Jenny and Luca shared a long history together and were once inseparable. They still remained close friends. It was halfway through the evening. After a trip to the ladies' room, Jenny was on her way back to join the others. It was a large house with high ceilings and long corridors. Suddenly, the lights were off, and rays of moonlight creeped through the large bay windows. The moon was full and round like a giant crisp in the sky. Jenny gasped, and as she searched for the light switch, two powerful arms embraced her. "Luca, it's not funny," she whispered. There was no reply. In the dimness, she could make out that it was a man, a tall, strong man, wearing an eye mask and a cape. His face moved towards the left side of her neck. She felt a slight scratch, and then soft, tender kisses caressed the whole of her neck. She found herself in a trance-like state. She slowly closed her eyes, succumbing to the surreal experience. Then a long, passionate kiss was imprinted on her quivering lips. "What are you doing in the dark?" called her friend Sarah, switching the lights on. Jenny started. She was out of her trance-like state. "Where is he?" asked Jenny, looking around her. "Where's who? Everyone's in here," Sarah gestured to the party room. You can't be drunk on orange juice and coke." "Come on, you daft thing. You're missing all the fun." When Jenny walked into the room, she saw Luca mingling with the crowd, engaged in deep conversation. He was not wearing a mask and had removed his cape. It seemed as if he had never left the room. Jenny was puzzled. She quickly checked her neck in her pocket mirror and saw a faint impression of a tooth mark. She drew back, startled. So she was not imagining it. She had encountered someone in the corridor, but who? Was he an intruder? A burglar? Could it really have been the Prince of Darkness? But in Lee, of all places? She was left with mixed emotions, a little scared, a little excited, and very curious. The party ended late and everyone made their way home. Jenny thought of her brief encounter. She told Sarah about it, and her friend concluded that the man was probably Luca playing his childish pranks. But Jenny was not convinced. 10 years on, the mystery remained unsolved. Every Halloween, the stranger haunted her mind. The doorbell rang. She awoke from her thoughts. As she opened the door, she was greeted with "Trick or treat." Her boys were back, and they were followed by many others. Thank you. I hope you liked that. Thank you for listening and watching. Please click like, share, and subscribe if you haven't done already. Thank you again, and see you again.